Ed from Pinball Mayhem here, Rancho update. So, what I got accomplished tonight, the bracket here was loose. I ended up having to put some dowels and glue in there on the screws. The shooter rod, I ended up going through that, and I'll show you some parts later, but disassembled, chrome polished the assembly, put a rubber tip on, and also ended up putting a new plastic sleeve in here. Williams actually has a plastic sleeve. The flange should be on the inside, held on by that. And then the outside of the new barrel spring looks nice. And new tilt bob. I'm taking care of a lot of the little things. The biggest thing I did was the flipper assembly. So I rebuilt both these, all new parts. This is not really set or tight. I'm going to do that after I'm done. I adjusted these so that the end of stroke switch that they're touching like supposed to, and there's just a little bit of movement in the other blade when it contacts. You want that. The other thing I did is these were pretty close. On the other one, they were kind of shorted, the wires that attached to the tab. So I just took a little bit of clear hose and slid it over one of them so they don't short. Made sure the wires are connected nice. Everything when it was removed was cleaned. New bushings and the rest of the parts. I'll show you that on the bench. It's gonna come around here. I put a new plug end with the ground pin on. Now, one thing is, one of these is on the inside of this plug has a gold screw and one tab has a silver. The silver is neutral, gold is hot. This is AC, does it really matter? If you get it wrong, it's not gonna be the end of the world. But I like to make the hot be the one going to the fuse. So I traced it back through the wires there, over to the fuse. The one going to the fuse is the hot. So if the fuse blows and you touch anything else down here other than the fuse holder, you're not going to get zapped because the neutral is neutral. It's not the hot side. The other thing I did, and they're ready for the head to be installed, is I took a wire brush to these and some Scotch-Brite, cleaned up all that white corrosion that were on the plugs. So these 3 plugs are ready to go. That's kind of a big thing because a lot of flickering lights in the back panel, some game start issues are all caused by that. I didn't service anything else underneath here. It's going to be the same once I put the head on. So that's the next step, really, is put the head on the game, wire it in, and start testing it and going through that. So I just want to show you a few of the parts that came off. These are the end of stroke switches. These are the flipper mechanisms. Now the pawl, the link is here, and the plunger, and there's a little bit of movement in here. That's, you can't do it with one hand. Now the other part I want to point out is the coil sleeves on these were aluminum, and sometimes people grease or oil these. That's a bad thing. Always should be run dry. And here's the coil stop. Notice how cratered that is. If I look at the plunger, it's worn down. This one here is actually stuck on the plunger. It's loose, the coil stop's loose. That's all going to cause performance issues. And the bushings, the game this age, should be replaced. Those are all new. Happens is the top can wear down, and then the flipper, especially with that metal shoe flipper, can wear on the playfield. So that's a good thing to replace. Then this all comes together in the kit. Now, what's not in the kit is the barrel spring. You see how nasty this other one. This is for the shooter rod, and this is the sleeve for the shooter rod. Notice it's a smaller diameter than the one for the flipper plunger, but this also should be run dry. If you have a sleeve one, not a metal bushing one, you don't need to oil it. Keep it clean. So cleaning, polishing everything up, putting a brand new one in these, it's going to work great. Those are the parts that I took out today. Pretty much I am ready for final assembly, start testing. I'm probably going to do a little bit of cleaning to the stepper, and in the back box I'm going to see what's back there. So hopefully tomorrow I can see if this plays. Thank you for staying tuned, and hope to see you at Midwest Gaming Classic.